Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to thank Terrapin for inviting me to share my views and our company approach on entering into the international markets. Indian Immunological, just a brief introduction, that it's an Indian company, started operations in 1981, and then we are one of the top companies producing human vaccines, and then #1 company producing veterinary vaccines. This is about our company. And when MNCs started entering into India, we also thought, okay, we should enter into the international markets with the products what we have. So we started thinking about how to go about entering into the foreign markets. We started planning, and then the approach what we have taken, I'm just going to show you the pathway what we have taken to enter into the foreign markets. Global market, where we started looking at the global market, pharma. If you just see the vaccine market, it's a minuscule, about $15 billion. It is lost in the maze of pharma. And the market salience, if you just see, 80% of the market is with North America, European Union, as well as Australia. If it goes, then 20% is left to Southeast Asia, Africa, and other regions. So we started looking at this 20% of the market, where are our products are going to fit into. And the assessment of market potential, if you just see the market totally, we looked at a public, private, travelers, and military market. The regions where we are looking at, like Southeast Asia or CIS region or Africa, there is not much of a travelers market and not much of a military. So it is primarily public market, as well as to a limited extent private market. And what was our focus? We thought we'll leave the tip of the pyramid, which is about 10%, approximately 700 to 800 million people who are in the developed countries, and we started looking at the bottom of the pyramid, that is almost 4 billion people. And then any change that is going to affect our market, and we are looking at a market more pragmatically, the changes at the bottom of the pyramid that is going to give us substantial business. That's where we started looking at. And this is the roadmap what we have taken to enter into the foreign markets. We started assessing the market potential, country risk profiling, and then regulatory status. We have gone through the entire process, and then finally landed up with some of the operations, how to go about into the foreign markets. And market feasibility, we cannot do on our own. So we outsourced market feasibility studies to Ernst & Young based on a few parameters to advise us how to go about it, and then what are going to be the modes of operation. And then we wanted country profiles, where to enter, how to enter, and then comparative analysis of identified markets, and entry strategy. What should be the strategy for IIL to enter into those markets? And evaluation of entry options, and then the country-wise entry strategy, and the marketing rollout plans. I think the 111 countries total assessment was performed by Ernst & Young. And then if you just see the political, economic, law and order, business climate, social conditions, and then overall risk assessment. If you just see, we have not undertaken the study for America, European Union, and the Australia ANZ area. Other countries, out of 111 countries, the focus was on 37 countries, which is at low risk. And then if you just see the medium risk, around 25 countries came around medium risk, and 49 countries are into almost high risk. In that, political, it is approximately 27. And then if you just see social conditions, if you just see the 53 countries are socially not conducive for entering into those markets. And if you just see the before entering into the markets, what are our strengths and what are our weaknesses? If you just see, we have the quality vaccine, and the price is more affordable, and then when compared to the other manufacturers, and then proximity to the markets. Our markets are surrounding our region. And then our weaknesses, lack of muscle power, lack of money power to influence the governments or to influence the purchaser, or lack of lobbying power, which is with the MNCs, and then no government support, especially Indian government will not support when I want to enter into some foreign country, then support from the government officials we don't usually receive. And the product, this is a multi-dose thimerosal containing most of the vaccines with this configuration. So we have to look at the markets where our product acceptability is there. And we thought we had to select in this crossroads, being a domestic company, should go into unregulated market or semi-regulated or highly regulated markets. So based on this, we have taken a conscious approach of short-term, medium-term, and long-term approach, so that, excuse me, short-term approach, we started entering into unregulated markets, and medium-term, already we are in medium-term, we are entering into unregulated as well as semi-regulated markets. And our long-term goal is going to be regulated markets with the product, matching the product differentiation, and then coming out with the product required for regulated markets. And market, what are all the things we have in our portfolio to go for markets? There are so many ways to enter into the pharma markets. One is finished product or bulk antigens, ready to fill antigens, and then we have technology transfers, what technology we have. We can go for joint ventures, and then we can go for contract manufacturing. All these avenues we started analyzing, and some of these are already in place. And if you just see the product suitability, the requirement of developed countries, and then our products, they don't match with any of the developed country requirements, and then mostly it is for developing countries, that is, and surrounding areas, what I was talking about, 20% of the market, what we are looking at. And our competitors in those areas, it's going to be multinational companies and manufacturing companies from BRIC region. And what are all the type of operations we have undertaken? It is, first thing is looking at distributors and franchisees and agents for tenders for quoting, and then bulk antigen buyers and a direct supply to the international markets, international agencies, and then one-time buyers. We are trying to have one-time agreements with the buyers. And we started developing a product strategy, pricing strategies, promotional strategies, and place strategy and people strategies. And morning, Dr. Corey was explaining, in some of the markets there are 6 middlemen, from starting from a company to wholesaler, C&F, first retailer, second retailer, like that. 6 middlemen are going to be there. There should be some innovative approach to eliminate some of these middlemen, and then have, with a limited manpower, marketing manpower, we should be able to reach the market. For this purpose, we have gone into most appropriate approach of establishing franchisee clinics in India. We have around, now today, we have around 3,000 franchisee clinics in India, throughout India, which can cover maybe around 25% of the population of India. Approximately 20 to 25% of these clinics are going to cover. And we have started promoting these clinics as one-stop vaccination centers. That means a company is going to supply the vaccines to these franchisee doctors, and we have tracking of each vial reaching each patient. So we have conducted in such a way that every dose going into the subject, that has been tracked along with this Abhay Clinic system. And we started promoting by various means, because a franchisee has to be loyal to the company. We started promoting the franchisee being a one-stop vaccination, and then quality vaccination they are going to provide, and then cold chain, and so many other benefits are going to be there when a subject is going to the vaccination center. Another innovative approach we have taken is Abhay Shopee. This is vaccine on call, just like pizza on call. Vaccine on call. Abhay Shopee, we have established approximately 300 Abhay Shopees throughout India, covering approximately around 30,000 physicians who can call these centers. If they give a ring, within half an hour, a vaccine is going to be on their table. And let it be 1 vial, let it be 10 vials, or let it be any number of vials, but the vaccine is going to be on the table just within half an hour after giving a ring. And this is one of the innovative approach that has been followed by some other competitors once we introduced this concept. And if you just see, we have a service level, and then we started evaluating whether this concept is working, just like pizza. And we have seen approximately 80% of the times the vaccine has been delivered within 25 minutes. And some of the cases it has gone beyond 30 minutes, and we started evaluating what are all the factors, local factors, which are affecting the delivery of these vaccines to those physicians, those who have not received beyond, means within the 30 minutes of the time. So now the turn comes replication of these innovative concepts in foreign markets. We have taken these concepts to outside of India, that is in Philippines, ABTC, Animal Bite Treatment Clinics. The distributor was brought to India. He was given a training, and he was given exposure on the concept, and then working of the concept, how it works, and he was given complete support from outside, and we started establishing through our distributor animal bite treatment clinics, where it is exclusively for rabies treatment, which is very extensive in Philippines. And if you just see the network of ABTC clinics in Philippines, it is on North Luzon, Central Luzon, South Luzon, Ramblon region. There are at least 30 to 40 clinics today in Philippines on the typical model of Abhay clinics in India. These are all ABTC clinics that have been replicated in Philippines. And now if you just see the IL operations, we have unregulated, semi-regulated, and regulated markets. We have expanded approximately, this includes veterinary vaccines also, approximately we have around 15 to 20 countries we are marketing our products. This is IL operations. If you just see, mostly we have limited our operations to Africa and some of the CIS countries, Gulf region, and Southeast Asia and South Asia. And these are some of the sales projections and then sales figures of our company. Approximately, we have different countries, registrations in different countries, and then we have sales going up from, we started our export in 2001, and now today it's 2009-10 results are available. It is going up constantly, and then we are growing at approximately around 25 to 30%. That is, and we are expecting next year it's going to be around, our projections are around 40%. And we have joint venture proposals already in the advanced stages of negotiations. One is in Egypt, one is in Turkey, and in Brazil, Bangladesh, Vietnam, and Thailand, we have joint venture proposals going on in advanced stage. And what are the barriers we are facing? If you just see the barriers, some of the countries like Bangladesh, we cannot supply the vaccine until unless it is registered in 2 European countries. A simple example is rabies vaccine, which is not required in Europe, and then it is required in Bangladesh, but they say it has to be registered in 2 European countries. That means we cannot supply vaccine to this country. So sometimes this becomes unrealistic, and then it becomes a barrier, especially to the companies which want, those who want to supply vaccines to Bangladesh. And some of the countries, they have exorbitant registration fees and then plant inspection fees. And process times, sometimes some of the countries, they are taking 2 to 3 years to process some of the regulatory dossiers. And the product pipeline, we have a strong product pipeline. Morning just I was explaining, we have combination vaccines, and Japanese encephalitis, oral HPV vaccine, chikungunya, which is more relevant to our region, MR, typhoid conjugate vaccines, and then other innovative vaccines are in the pipeline, which are not mentioned here because our R&D is working on some of the innovative vaccines on different platforms. And what are the other initiatives we have taken up? Co-marketing arrangements we have taken up with some of the companies, agreements for advanced market commitments, and technology transfer are in discussions. Contract manufacturing arrangements are also in discussion stage. So, as a company, we started implementing innovative marketing strategies in the different countries, not only in India, and they are working well. And then we are entering into different territories of foreign markets with different approaches, with different rollout plans, and then time-bound plans also. And we have a strong product pipeline to support our entry into the foreign markets continuously. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reddy. Would you be willing to take some questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that very interesting segment of your presentation. I have 3 questions. You highlighted that you have a 3-pronged strategy around the regulated markets, regulated, under-regulated, and moderately regulated. And wondering whether you have sought to explore or consider approaches with the WHO that has the Expert Committee on Biological Standards that ensures global standards around quality of vaccines and has a pre-qualification process. If that could be a strategic approach, for your vaccine in going to the both regulated and under-regulated markets. And I noticed some African countries where you have not necessarily penetrated with your vaccine. That's one question. The second question I have, if I can remember it, on your concluding slide, you highlighted initiatives around agreements with the Advanced Market Commitment, which again is another global WHO type of activity. If you could give us some highlights on progress with that. And I think my third question is tracking of safety for the patients that have received, or the healthy individuals that have received these vaccines. How do you track safety and therefore improve the labeling of these products? Sorry, I didn't hear. The third, safety. The safety, how do you track safety in the individuals that have received the vaccines?
Well, first thing is WHO pre-qualification. Even if you go for WHO pre-qualification, registration is required. And especially our major market is rabies vaccine. Rabies vaccine on WHO, already we have applied. It's on low priority. That means it takes a long time. Even they have a limited inspectors, a limited staff to go through the dossiers. So it is going to take at least 2 years. So it is better to go directly to the market instead of going through WHO. So some of the products like hepatitis B, like these are all low priority vaccines as far as WHO is concerned. They may take more than 2 years also, because which already we spoke to WHO officials. They say they are not going to entertain some of the low priority vaccines immediately. That is number one. And number two is third question. This is safety, because we have a very good track record of vaccine, where it is going, which batch is going to which doctor. And then we have kept a pharmacovigilance team with us. They constantly interact with the doctors to see the safety of the vaccines. And we are supplying to the government also, wherein it's going to be a pharmacovigilance team of Government of India, which has appointed some of the colleges, some of the doctors as a pharmacovigilance inspectors. They are going to oversee the safety of these vaccines. Okay? Yeah.
Other questions?
Yeah.
I'll try the microphone. It might not affect Indian Immunologicals that much, but let us know. How does the recent WHO recognition of the SFDA in China affect your strategy with sort of
Thank you. Good question. Yes, definitely. We have taken cognizance of the recent development and some of the strategies to go for WHO pre-qualification of some of the vaccines we are not going to undertake, because it's not going to be worthwhile to go for maybe hepatitis B or tetanus. Some of these vaccines are not worthwhile going for WHO pre-qualification. So we are looking at newer vaccines which are in our portfolio. We are thinking about going for WHO pre-qualification. That's going to be wiser to put money into the vaccines where we can pre-qualify our innovative vaccines rather than going into Me Too products.